Community Hotline is made possible with generous support by Gresham Ford, the dealer with a heart. The Contribute to the Community program provides the opportunity for the Gresham Ford team to make a positive impact, serving their customers and helping people across the community. The Outlook, serving the residents of East Multnomah County for more than 100 years. The region's #1 source for information, The Outlook provides readers with intensely local coverage of the issues and people that impact our lives and community. The Mountain Hood Cable Regulatory Commission, advocating on behalf of the public interest on communications policy issues at the local, state, and federal levels.
And by Stamp Connection and BeFit Gyms. A very special thanks to all the sponsors who help make our programming possible.
Hi, my name is Monica Weitzel, and I'm the host of MetroEast's flagship program, Community Hotline. Tonight's show is a variety pack of diverse organizations promoting very different events. We'll begin hearing about the Grassroots Radio Conference coming to Portland in October. If you're involved in community radio or have an interest in it, don't miss this segment about this 3-day event sponsored by local Portland station KBOO. Then we'll hear about the latest fundraising event from the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. The annual Light the Night Walk not only raises money for life-saving treatments, but it's a beautiful way to celebrate, honor, and remember those touched by cancer. Our last segment of the evening features the Gresham Rotary Club talking about their annual steak fry. Tickets for this event are highly coveted and go fast. The Gresham Rotary has been putting on this event since before I was born. So stick around to get the details on that and much more in the next episode of Community Hotline, coming up next. Hi, and welcome to Community Hotline. I'm Monica Weitzel. We're here in Gresham at MetroEast Community Media. Thanks for joining us tonight. Tonight we're going to start off talking with another media organization, or a couple of them, about the Grassroots Radio Conference. This is an annual event, and here to talk about it, we have Betty McCardle. You are the co-chair of the event this year.
Yes.
Nice to have you here, Betty.
Thank you, Monica.
And Becky Myers, you are the other chair.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So, and you were recently on here to talk about KBOO Radio.
I was, and I'm still here.
And you're still here. We're happy to have you back again in your 50th year not your 50th year, but KBOO's 50th year. So the Grassroots Radio Conference, how long has that been going on?
That's about 22 years now.
Wow.
It started out as kind of a rebellion against where community radio was going. There is another national organization. And a lot of people were beginning to feel like this is going too much like a commercial station with drive time and things like that you associate with a commercial station. So some rebellious people said, look, we want to go back to our grassroots. Let's get together and we'll have a grassroots radio conference.
And here, 22 years later, you're still doing it.
Here we are.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So that's fun. That's fun stuff, though.
It is.
For troublemakers.
And people that are involved in community radio are just a fun bunch overall, I think. It's just people that really like to, it's usually very local, very local, and people are very passionate about it.
Well, I think you said a very important word there, Monica, and that's the word local. Mm-hmm. If people who are watching this show listen to commercial radio, that's being programmed from far away and being downloaded from a satellite. But with most of community radio, that is being programmed locally with local people, addressing local issues, and especially in times of some kind of disaster, you get the important information that's important to you.
To your
soon.
neighborhood, to your community.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. And that is important. That's a huge service to the community to be able to say, hey, this is going on here, and and this is where you go for that, and this is who you need to contact for this.
Exactly.
And, because you're not going to get that from commercial radio stations.
No.
And they have their place, but community radio is I think seems like it's more vibrant than ever.
As far as I know, it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's, we have several stations in the greater Portland area that are doing well and thriving and
50 years.
50, but you're
KBOO.
KBOO is like the godmother of.
Yeah, and there's so many others. I'm involved with Freeform Portland as well.
Yeah.
So it's a really interesting time, and I also think that people are looking for ways to organize as a community. Community radio makes a really kind of tidy focus point for that.
It makes good sense, yeah.
Yes.
And the political climate is one that people are really wanting to come together and
be responsive, I think.
Yeah. And so community radio is great for that. I mean, it's people can do shows pretty much about whatever they want, right? As long as there's, within
limits.
it's kind of like community television. I mean, there's some parameters, but they're much looser than you'd find in commercial radio. So what attracted both of you to community radio?
Well, for me, this is going to be a strange confession, but I've never had a show. I've never worked for a community radio station. But I know all kinds of stuff that is a benefit to community radio stations. My husband, Michael Brown, is an engineer, and he does a lot of the technical work for community radio stations. And for here, yes. And so watching him, I used to teach naturescaping, which is plants, but I got into radio and used my years and years of experience with organizations and governance and stuff like that to see where places I could be a benefit to community radio stations. And then I was also an organizer, and that's how I kind of got into this co-chairing thing, because I've organized events before.
You know how to do it.
I do.
That's a skill right there, to know how to organize events.
And it's a benefit to the community radio stations. I love community radio. I'm on the other end of it, though. I'm consuming it.
But that's good.
That
That's
is
good.
good.
You can listen and go, okay, I think they need this, or I have a question about this, and you as a consumer, and somebody who's
an expert listener.
Yeah,
I am an expert listener.
Yes.
There you go.
And I got my starts making radio, or my one start. I guess you only have one, but I started at WVFS in Tallahassee as a community member.
Tallahassee, huh?
Yeah, Tallahassee, Florida.
Wow, that's a long ways away.
Yeah, exactly. But I started out doing programming, DJing late night, and then in all of the moves that I've made, I ended up at KBOO, and I've worked in other radio as well. And again, I'm involved with Freeform Portland as the board president, and I do radio there too. So I am the maker of the things that Betty listens to and probably has opinions about.
She'll tell you.
But it's
later what
okay
she thinks
because I
about those.
love that.
Yeah, it's good to get that feedback. Yeah. And that's not something you can do with a commercial radio station. I mean,
there's no feedback.
Absolutely no.
you can try, but I don't know if anybody's going to pay attention.
No.
But they do, don't they? In local radio,
Community radio.
I mean, community radio.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, community radio is again centered locally and has a local sort of focus with community informing what we do,
right?
As opposed to the revocation of the main studio rule in the FCC world means that so many radio stations no longer have a place for you to kind of walk in or call or even have any sort of input in that way.
Yeah, and in music too is very often has a local focus, or it's people that are coming through town, or it's that DJ's favorite music and they're sharing it, and you get such a variety, such a great variety.
A lot of music that you would never hear on commercial radio.
That's right. Exposes you to a lot of different music and a lot of different opinions and a lot of different
perspectives.
Yeah, and that's all good stuff.
So here we have all these different communities around the country that are going to come and get together again, and we all love each other, and we're all anxious to see one another. But in that meantime, from a year ago, people have learned some new stuff, and they find that they need to learn some more new stuff, and so we share.
Yeah,
we share our knowledge with one another.
Best practices and new technology and whatever works and what doesn't work, I imagine.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So this is a national conference.
Well, actually, funny thing, this year it's an international conference.
Oh, really?
We have 4 people coming in from Canada.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
They've got a community
Next year, the
radio
world.
association.
Right.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
And there's community radio all over the world as
There
well.
is.
Yes, there is. Yes, our
Yeah.
director
There's an
here. Our
international-
director here, Emily. She went to Laos and did a piece on community radio there.
Heck yes.
I mean, it's everywhere. So yeah, and it's important. And that community, I think it was the only way people connected with each other because they didn't have television or or it was their way to communicate. So,
Right.
so what can people expect at this conference, and who should go?
Well, you can expect lots of learning, many workshops. How many presentations are we up to, I think?
We are up to 37 workshops, 4 panels, and a couple of,
Very cool events.
oh man, let's talk about the cool events.
Okay, tell me about the cool events. I know there's a movie, right?
Well, why don't we start with the opening event?
Okay, let's tell me about the opening event.
Opening event. Yes. It will be at Portland City Hall on October 5th. And it will start at 5 p.m.
Okay.
It's meant to be a celebration of independent community media writ large. So not simply just radio, but PEG stations and TV like MetroEast. And we're hoping that it'll be this big awareness building event with the public joining us. The event will be open to the public.
Okay.
And features...
And no charge.
And no charge, but...
That's my favorite price.
Right, yeah, right?
Yeah.
And it will feature an incredible speaker, former FCC Commissioner Clyburn will be there. If any of you remember the fight for net neutrality that happened last year,
Yes.
Commissioner Clyburn was the person who was the dissenting, let's not get rid of net neutrality, we need a free and open internet person. And so she will be at Portland City Hall speaking to the importance of locally rooted community media on October 5th.
That's great. That'll be a great speech.
It will
a great
indeed.
speaker. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so from there, where do you go?
Well, the next day.
The next day. Well, people have already had a bunch of workshops on Friday before the opening event.
Okay.
I mean, it says opening event, but we're going to start a little earlier in the day.
Yeah.
And then Saturday is going to be full of workshops and panels again. And we're still working a little bit on what is our Saturday evening thing going to be. But we do know that we're going to be having station visits, open houses.
Oh, good.
KBOO will be having an open house, and we have yet to select a low power FM to be our partner open house for a small station.
Nice. That'll be great.
That'll be great. And some
options there, so, yeah.
Right.
other of our colleagues are going to be having a hip hop event at the workshop, and then Saturday evening they're going to be performing. Where? Alberta Street Pub.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
Yeah, so check that out. They're
Mike
part of us too.
Alicia B.
Oh, I like Mike,
a really incredible group of folks for sure.
Cool. That'll be fun.
And then
you're going to be there getting down, Betty.
Oh, you bet.
Yeah.
No joke.
No, I believe you. I believe you. You got it going on.
And then on Sunday, as you mentioned a little bit earlier, we're going to be showing a film that is about the history. It's called The Organizer, and it's about Wade Rathke. He's the guy that got together with some other guys like Lorenzo Milam and Gray Hartig, who still lives in Portland, to get KBOO started. Oh. And he's started other stations as well, and he's currently, oh my gosh, I have to look up my notes. He is currently the general manager at, I don't have it on my notes.
Well, that's okay.
But he's a general manager somewhere.
Yeah.
So,
Yes,
And
in
an incredible
Little Rock,
personality.
Arkansas. He's in Little Rock, Arkansas. But he's also the guy that started Acorn.
is this him? Is this?
Oh, that's him.
Okay.
This is the film.
Okay, the organizer,
and
yeah.
that's him many, many years ago. He's
Doesn't look
my
like that
age
anymore,
now.
does he? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's already been to a lot of film festivals and won awards.
I see that on the right there, yeah.
And so in addition to showing the film, which is of interest to any organization that tries to do community organizing.
Right.
And he'll be there to answer questions. And he's also going to tell some stories of when he and Lorenzo Milam were getting radio stations started. Lorenzo's not well and lives in Mexico and in his 80s now. So what he's going, and does not travel, but he's going to write down some stuff, and then Wade
so
could
that he
read
can
it
share
out.
it. Great, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
We're going to run out of time because, and I know we have so much more to talk about. So tell us the most important things that we need to know.
To find out all this information, go to www.grassrootsradioconference, all of that, .org.
Okay, and we should have that on the screen at the end. And so this is going to be October 5th through the 7th.
Yes. Yes.
And most of it's up at PSU.
It's
area.
all at the Native American Student Community Center.
That's the one that's shaped like a salmon.
The
right?
one that's shaped like a salmon, that's exactly right. At the far south end of Portland State University.
Great, okay.
And
please join us for our amazing events on October 5th, Friday night at City Hall, and then Sunday at...
it'll be at Portland State University Smith Center in the ballroom.
Okay.
There is an admission fee to come to the movie if you're not registered for the full conference.
Okay, and they can find out that
They can
information
find
on the
out that
website.
stuff.
That's perfect.
GrassrootsRadioConference.org.
It sounds like a really fun event. I mean, it sounds, and for anybody that's interested in radio or is involved in radio or just community media.
Yeah.
So
And
or in organizing.
yes, exactly. I want to emphasize that the Sunday movie is for all kinds of community organizations, not just the media ones.
Well, you know, one of our taglines is take control of the media. And that's that's what we can do as community media
We're doing
people.
it right now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Thank you, Becky. Thank you, Betty, so much for being on the show.
Thank you,
today.
Monica.
It's a pleasure.
It'll be a great event. And yeah, thank you so much. Don't go away. We'll be right back with more of Community Hotline.
Community Hotline is made possible with generous support by Gresham Ford, the dealer with a heart. The Contribute to the Community program provides the opportunity for the Gresham Ford team to make a positive impact, serving their customers and helping people across the community. The Outlook, serving the residents of East Multnomah County for more than 100 years. The region's #1 source for information, The Outlook provides readers with intensely local coverage of the issues and people that impact our lives and community. The Mount Hood Cable Regulatory Commission, advocating on behalf of the public interest on communications policy issues at the local, state, and federal levels.
And by Stamp Connection and BeFit Gyms. A very special thanks to all the sponsors who help make our programming possible.
The future is accessible. Everything we do today paves the way for tomorrow.
Como medios comunitarios, tenemos una parte importante en una cultura que está constantemente cambiando.
И нам нужно спросить себя, будет ли сообщение средств массовой информации в будущем одновременными и одноменными?
How do we share our collective resources within and between our communities?
Làm thế nào chúng ta có thể sử dụng công nghệ truyền thông chúng ta muốn làm cho tương lai của chúng ta tốt đẹp hơn.
Izazov za nas je da napravimo budućnost dostupnu za sve.
To start the conversation, join us at MetroEast Community Media.
I feel like everybody loves music. And for kids like us in Rockwood to have something like this, like the tools that you guys provide for us, I feel like it's really important because we can get our, our story out. We can tell about what we're going through in these streets and stuff.
Hi, and welcome to Community Hotline. I'm Monica Weitzel. We're here in Gresham at MetroEast Community Media. Thanks for staying with us because we're going to talk with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society about an event they have that is it's called the Light the Night, right? Light the Night Walk, yes. Yep. And here to talk about it, I have Stephanie Carlson. You're the Executive Director of LLS.
I am.
Yeah, so it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I had I had a couple ladies on here a few months back to talk about Leukemia and Lymphoma Society and the Man and Woman of the Year. Yep. And I learned a lot. I learned a lot, and it was really interesting. And this event is especially interesting. I mean, it sounds like not only a great way to raise funds, but also it sounds like a really touching event.
It is. It's I love the Man Woman of the Year campaign because that's like our fancy gala type event. But what
dress up and
exactly and have fun, have an evening of fun. But what Light the Night is it's community based, and we have typically around 5,000 people that will come to our walk.
That's good.
It is, and we gather right outside of OMSI, and then we walk across the Tillicum Bridge, and then come back, and we have a wonderful fireworks display from the river at the end to celebrate.
How many years have you been doing this event? Do you know?
So this is, I believe it's probably the 15th year, at least
They didn't
the 15th
used to go across the Tillicum because they didn't have it.
No, we used to start the walk in the convention center because it's in October. So this year's walk is October 27th. And because of that wonderful time of the year, we never know what the weather's going to be like. So we used to start in the convention center and we'd walk across the steel bridge. And last year was our first year that we moved it outside.
You know, I've lived here my whole life and I still haven't gone across the Tillicum Bridge. So
for real? Oh, you better join us.
Opportunity.
Yeah,
I think it sounds
beautiful.
really cool. So for people that don't know about the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, well, tell us a little bit about blood cancers and you know what that's about, if you could.
Okay. So LLS kind of covers all blood cancers, and the big kind of types of blood cancers there are leukemias, lymphomas like non-Hodgkin's lymphoma or Hodgkin's, multiple myeloma. There's tons of different types. There's different subtypes within each of those buckets. And when it comes to blood cancers, they're pretty tricky because unlike a tumor, where maybe if you feel a tumor, all of a sudden that's kind of like a way to know that something's wrong.
Right.
What happens with blood cancers is there's no way to pre-screen for one. So typically somebody that has a blood cancer, maybe they haven't been feeling well for a couple months. They've been really tired or they've had flu-like symptoms. And what typically happens is they'll go to the doctor and talk to the doctor about their symptoms, and the only way that we can really diagnose whether or not it's a blood cancer is they have to have a blood test taken.
Which is common if you go to the doctor, but you have to go to the doctor and realize it's serious enough to go to the doctor.
Yep, and each of the different types of blood cancers, they all have different symptoms as well.
Yeah.
So
that makes it tough. Yeah, that makes it tough. So how did you happen to get into this line of work? I mean, do you have a connection?
I do. So I joined the organization 5 years ago, and when I joined the organization, my husband was going through treatment for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So he was typical case where he wasn't feeling really well for months, and his doctor originally thought maybe it was a hernia. So when he went to meet the surgeon, the hernia surgeon was the one that had some scans done, and they found that it was non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So typical case. And then he went through 6 months of chemotherapy treatment. For many blood cancers, one of the best ways to treat the cancer is a bone marrow or stem cell transplant. He had a stem cell transplant. And he's officially cancer free, which is pretty great.
That's wonderful. I was almost afraid to ask. But
He's doing really well.
News. Yeah. You know, I've been on the donor list for bone marrow transplants for years, and my daughter just sent me a message right before I came on here saying, I just signed up, and she sent me her little card saying that she'll be in that registry.
So great. I mean, you're literally saving a life. If you are a match, you are that person's last choice for a cure.
And what a wonderful thing to be able to do. You know.
I know. I've been on the donor list forever, and I want the call so bad.
Well, and now I'm getting to an age where I can't do it anymore. But I tried, and you know, and there was at one time they thought I might be, but and it didn't work out. But you know, I mean, getting on the list is a huge thing. It's not hard to do.
No.
It's not hard, but it's important.
It is. It really is.
So there's no actual cure for blood cancers?
For some blood cancers, we consider them curable.
Okay.
Take for instance Hodgkin's lymphoma. The cure rates are above 90%, so your chances are pretty good. But at the same time, there's still 10% of patients that don't survive. So that's really what we fight for at LLS, and why we keep investing in the cures is for us 90% isn't good enough. There's another type of cancer called, it's multiple myeloma, and multiple myeloma isn't curable. But
that's what my mother-in-law had.
And it's kind of a long, slow moving type of cancer, but we're seeing results in treatment, and that's what's exciting.
That's what I've heard, that there's been a lot of progress.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. In the lab, I was just reading a report from our, and it was a report that our national office, the research team, put out. And what was significant about this report is it showed that in the last 18 months, so since the beginning of 2017, there have been 25 new FDA-approved treatments for blood cancer patients.
Wow.
I know.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Typically in a year, if we have 4 or 5 new treatments, we're excited.
Yeah.
And what we're so proud of is out of those 25 treatments, 20 of them we funded. So
without your organization, probably those would not have been.
No, and that's what we're proud of, and that's why we're here.
And it should be.
We are.
That's huge.
And we're there. We're fighting for blood cancer patients. We're the ones kind of, saying 80% survival rate isn't good enough. We need to invest more in the research, and we also need to be there for our patients while they're going through the treatment. And so we provide financial services for our patient, educational. If their treatment isn't working and they think that maybe there's a clinical trial out there, we will help that patient get connected to a clinical trial.
Wow. You're like pulling out all the stops.
Anything we can do. Anything we can do.
That's good. That's got to be reassuring for people that are going through that, because that's tough stuff to go through. And that affects from kids
to adults. What many people don't know is acute lymphoblastic leukemia, or ALL, is the #1 occurring type of cancer in people under the age of 20. And ALL happens all the time. The great thing is the survival rates are above 93%, so it's good, but at the same time, there's
still somebody that's in that low percentage. You brought a little short video, I think. What will we be looking at in this video?
For the video, you're going to be seeing the Light the Night Walk, so you will get a glimpse of what we have to offer at the walk.
Okay, I think we should take a look at that now.
Okay.
That's okay? All right.
Light the Night is an opportunity for us to raise money and to have that fellowship and meet folks who have gone through similar situations.
This night is special because I get to walk with other survivors. Leukemia and Lymphoma Society empowers those who want to bring an end to cancer to magnify the power of their voice. Together, more than lanterns, more than money, together we walk because we all have the same heart for those who we love.
That looks beautiful.
It is.
Yeah, that looks beautiful.
It is, and you'll see, so everybody has a lantern. And what's special about the walk is it's at night, obviously.
Yeah.
And if you have a red lantern, that means that you're a caregiver or they're in support of somebody. If you're carrying a yellow lantern, that yellow lantern is in memory of somebody that you lost. And then the white lanterns are carried by our survivors. And what happens is we all gather before we start the walk, and it's usually right at dusk, and we light the gold lanterns, and then we light the white lanterns, and we ask all of our survivors to come to what we call our circle of hope. And they come to the center of the stage, and they light their lanterns, and then all the red ones light surrounding them. So it's powerful.
Oh, I know, you're getting me all choked up. It's like, oh, it sounds wonderful. It really does.
It is.
Yeah. And very powerful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very powerful. Yeah, I think that sounds great. So if people are interested in participating in this year, what do they need to do?
They can register for the walk by going to lighttenight.org.
Okay.
And that's our national page. And just type in your zip code and you'll be brought to the Portland Walk page.
That makes it easy.
It is easy. And one thing to note is registration is free.
Okay.
So just come.
So you can just come, but if you can get some, do you get pledges or something like that, or donate yourself?
Yep, if you donate or raise money, everybody that comes and registers will receive a lantern to carry. If you want access to our amazing food we have and to earn a t-shirt, then you donate or raise $100 or more. And then we have a special group of people we call our Bright Lights. And they're the people that raise $1,000 or more. And they earn a special shirt. They have special access to kind of a fun tent during the night of the walk. But it's really
so if you're in a position where you can do that, great.
Absolutely.
And if you're not, come anyway. And probably just the sense of community, even if you can't afford to give anything, but to be there, the support I think would be, it would mean a lot to people.
And that's why we just say come and come and register.
And it just lets people know about this too. Because I think a lot of there's so many things out there, and so many things that can get you sick or that can kill you, but we don't always know what all of them are, or that we can make a difference by either donating or volunteering or just giving support. Are there at the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, are there opportunities to volunteer there?
Absolutely, that's a great question. Yeah. We need hundreds of volunteers for the night of the walk.
Hundreds, well then I bet you do. Yes.
So and there's a ton of different ways that you can volunteer. So if you want to volunteer at an event like our walk, you can there is a register to volunteer link on the website. But also, if you're interested in volunteering in other ways for the organization, we always could use the help.
So like events or administrative stuff, mailings, all that kind
mailings,
of stuff.
if you have any special skills, like technical skills.
Yeah, website stuff.
Exactly,
or,
the
social
stuff
media
I don't know
stuff.
How to do.
Yeah. We can't all do everything.
No.
Yeah. Try as we might. So this event is on Saturday, October, did you say 27th?
27th.
I had written down the 26th here. So.
Yep.
Okay, and that's 5 p.m. And you're meeting at OMSI, is that right?
Yes, it's right by OMSI. If you can take Metro Transit,
the Max,
carpool,
Max line,
exactly.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's the best way to go because it's. It's a big parking lot, but if you have 5,000 people you said you had last year.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll have more this year? Or?
We're hoping so.
Yeah,
we have just with special support from organizations like yours. We're hoping to get the word out quite a bit.
I hope so too. So, what else do people need to know about blood cancers, or what they can do to help themselves or others?
That's a wonderful question. We as an organization have a goal to reach every single blood cancer patient within 90 days of diagnosis, because that's when we can help them. Okay. We help them with educational materials. There's all of a sudden you're being told you have cancer. You may not know what questions you need to ask or what you need to be prepared for.
What do I need to do to get the best care? Or
exactly. And it's even as simple as, what can I eat? What can't I eat?
Right,
what is my treatment going to be like? So we have
Can
educational
I still do this?
support.
Can I still do that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We also have what we call our First Connection program. So we have trained volunteers that are survivors, that are willing and able and just so open to calling newly diagnosed patients, to answer those questions again, to really be like, here's what I went through. So we have emotional assistance, and then really the majority of the patients that come to us, they need financial assistance. So we have copay assistance for patients anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 a year. We can help them with their copays. We have a travel assistance stipend, which is $500, to help you with your travel costs. We now have a new emergency program where if you are having issues keeping your lights on or your electricity on, we can help with that.
Things that you don't have the energy to worry about.
Exactly.
But you worry about them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so I'd say the biggest thing is if you or somebody you know is diagnosed with blood cancer, go to lls.org as quickly as you can. And we have it's an information resource center. It's manned by master's level social workers who are there to help you. It's not a boring call center. These are people that know what they're talking about when it comes to blood cancers, and they're here to help you.
That's great. We are out of time, Stephanie. Thank you so much. This has been great. It's been a lot of information, and I'm excited about this event.
Great.
It just looks wonderful. So thank you so much for being here today, and thanks for the work that you do. Thanks for watching this segment of Community Hotline. If you want to come down and help support the community of people who have suffered from blood cancers or have been involved and touched by it in one way or another, you know what to do now. So check out the website and don't go away. We'll be right back with one more segment of Community Hotline.
Hotline is made possible with generous support by Gresham Ford, the dealer with a heart. The Contribute to the Community program provides the opportunity for the Gresham Ford team to make a positive impact, serving their customers and helping people across the community. The Outlook, serving the residents of East Multnomah County for more than 100 years. The region's #1 source for information, The Outlook provides readers with intensely local coverage of the issues and people that impact our lives and community. The Mount Hood Cable Regulatory Commission, advocating on behalf of the public interest on communications policy issues at the local, state, and federal levels.
And by Stamp Connection and BeFit Gyms. A very special thanks to all the sponsors who help make our programming possible.
From the Portland Kitchen. Community Hotline has been devoted to supporting the work of local nonprofits for over 20 years. With 40+ shows a year, featuring more than 100 nonprofit guests, MetroEast is the go-to place to find out about the great work of nonprofits like ours. Tune in every Wednesday at 7 to see the show.
What local community media is to us is literally our lifeline to what's going on in the lives around us.
The absolute most important thing that happens in your neighborhood.
People's local communities are usually what's most important to them.
Because we're the faces, the smiles, the peoples, and the personalities of the community.
To not only give people a voice, but to have their voice heard.
So we're here out at Rockwood DIY, and our goal is to bridge the digital gap.
Upon completion of this program, they get a free computer.
Working together made something really cool happen.
Changing language.
Pay your bills.
Like Google, Chrome.
So that everybody has access to the
same opportunities as other people have.
Hi, I'm Gresham City Councilor Mario Palmero. Tune in to Community Hotline Wednesdays at 7 p.m. and you'll find out about local organizations making a positive difference in your world.
Hi, welcome back to Community Hotline. I'm Monica Weitzel. We're here in Gresham at MetroEast Community Media. Now we're going to be talking with the Gresham Rotary Club, and we're going to be talking about a special event they have called their annual Steak Fry. Here to talk about it, I have Doug Walker. You're the owner of Walker Travel and Cruises. It's great to have you here.
Thank you,
and
Monica.
You are also you're a member of the Rotary Club.
Yes.
And Becky Bennett, you are the Director of Development and Communications at YMCA Camp Collins, and Camp Collins is a sponsor of this. Yes, wonderful. So glad to have you back here.
Thank you.
So, Doug, maybe you could tell me a little bit about Gresham Rotary. I know it's been around for a long time, and give me a little background if you could.
Well, it was started in 1948.
Yeah,
about 20 men started at that time. Only men could be in that.
Of course, yes.
It wasn't until
Back then.
1990 that we got better.
To what year?
1990.
That took a long time.
Women.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And so it's a group of people that are, I call it like soaring with eagles.
Oh, okay.
Because the people are giving people. They put service above self. That's our motto.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very much a service club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our big fundraiser gives scholarships to students, mostly high school seniors around the area, to Mount Hood Community College. And it's a 2-year scholarship.
Right.
So if they do well in their studies in the first year, they get the scholarship for the second year.
That's a great
It pays
deal.
for the tuition. And we get letters back saying, hey, I couldn't have done it without this. And so we keep doing it.
You know, and that's got to be gratifying. You know, that's gratifying when you get a letter back from somebody saying, you know, thank you. Yeah. I was able to go to college and you helped make it happen. That's a big deal, you know. So the Gresham Rotary Club has men and women now. Yay. And I know the women are very active in the club too. Sure. What are some of the other you have other service projects you do throughout the year, don't you? What kinds of things
Well,
do you
we've, the Graydon Sports Park, we've certainly put trees in.
Oh, nice.
And we've been doing that for a number of years. We also maintain a very, very small park on the corner of Main Street, corner of Division and Burnside, kind of across from the Gresham Outlook.
Division? Oh,
and
okay.
It was just weeds at one time. So about 10 years ago, we planted native Oregon plants, and it's beautiful.
I didn't know that you maintained it. That's great. Oh, that's not very far from here.
No.
Okay, so and you meet regularly and decide how you're going to spend the money that you raise, and I know this annual steak fry is a big deal. It's been going on forever.
Big deal. 65 years.
That's a long time for an event to be going on.
And it's our big fundraiser.
So let's take a look at that. We have a steak fry. Okay, so these are the tickets, and there's a couple different ways to get them.
Yes.
You can go, we can call you, and I think we'll have the information on how to get a hold of you, or there's a website this year.
That's right.
So I have to say that I ordered a ticket for myself and for my boss, and I ordered it online, and 5 minutes later, John Clark from Stamp Connection, who is a Rotary member, was in my office handing me that ticket. I was like, oh my gosh, what great service. So thank you. That's great.
Well,
We're glad you're coming.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm glad she's coming.
Every year I hear about the Rotary Steak Fry. And every year I've missed it because I had something else going on. So this year I made sure to clear my calendar ahead of time. I found out ahead of time, so thank you. You could probably put that down.
It's going to be a great
This is the golden ticket.
Yeah, that's the golden
that's
ticket.
the golden ticket.
And there, and we can't say prices on the air, but there are raffle prices that you can get raffle
And
tickets.
you can purchase the raffle tickets on their website as well.
Okay.
And there are going to be 3 prizes that they'll be doing. There'll be
some pretty good prizes.
it's a commercial grill that they have, also a tailgate grill, and then there's going to be some meats that you can, a meat package that you can get. And then during the event, there'll be like a 50-50 raffle. Will be two of those.
Okay. So how did Camp Collins get involved with this, and how long have you been involved with this?
This is my first year actually being involved with it. They've been supporting camp for a number of years. The Rotary has. Each year they send 60 kids to camp.
Well, there's another project
Birch
that you
Community Services, and also from Our Father's House. And then they also come out every year and do our spring cleanup event.
I remember you telling me that you gave me that tour of Camp Collins. You said, the Rotary Club comes out here and cleans
We've got a
up.
Rotary Village at camp,
Yes, that's
so
right, I
they
remember
always
that.
help us clean up that area. And then also part of we have 5 core values, and those are love, honesty, love, honesty, respect, responsibility, and service. And service also falls along with the Rotary Club, so we thought it was a great partnership, and we like to give back to the community too, and this was just a great way for us to help with that.
I love those kind of partnerships,
So
don't you?
helping to promote the event and get sponsors and things of that nature. We've got some great sponsors this year that are helping with it.
Who else is involved?
So Mount Hood Community College and of course YMCA Camp Collins are presenting sponsors.
And it's at Mount Hood Community College,
so
right?
they allow us to, they provide us with a great space in their Vista Community Room and for that. And then we also have Mojave, which is going to be the grill sponsor where we grill the steaks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Clackamas County Bank is our beverage sponsor. And we've got Riverview Bank as our dessert sponsor. We're going to have some great desserts. And then we also have Cheap Charlie's, which will be our our alcohol sponsor of wine and beer that'll be available for purchase. And then we've got, I believe, let me see if I've got this correct. It's Honky Heating and Cooling is our beverage sponsor. And then for the raffle, we've got the Bold Orange and Northwest County partners are also doing the raffle ticket sponsorship, and the Bold Orange is helping with our marketing.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You've got some good community partners.
So it's a big community event with our sponsors as well as the people that are going to come out with it. And then also this year, Biscuits is donating cinnamon rolls that people can purchase
cinnamon rolls,
for another fundraiser that we're doing as well. So
Fun.
just a lot of great activities.
So tell me about the event itself. So it's at Mount Hood Community College. It starts at 5 o'clock, right? On
4
o'clock. On September 10th, is it? 5th. Oh, sorry.
It's easy. It's
I know, it's
2
on here
days after
somewhere.
Labor Day. So if,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's is that a Thursday? What is that?
Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday. Oh, see how I am? Gosh, I'm just all messed up here. Luckily, it's not a night that I have to tape a community hotline, so I will be there.
Oh, great.
But, so when you show up there, they're cooking the steaks and have a seat, get in line, get your steak.
Yep, and then we just have community seating, and people sit down and they're able to enjoy a nice dinner. And again, we'll be doing the sales of raffle tickets and the 50-50, and we'll be doing 2 of those drawing. One time it'll be between the hours of 4 and 6, and the other one will be between the hours of 6 and 8. And it's just a great time to socialize and meet other people.
See, people that maybe you don't see all the time that you know in the community, because I know that event brings out people from all over this community.
About 600 people.
Yeah. Wow, that's a lot.
And but if you don't like steak, if it's a mistake for you, we have chicken, and then we have some garden burgers.
I was going to say, do you take care of your vegetarian friends as well?
Yes.
So, is it good? Is it cooked well? Is the steak good?
I have to tell you a funny story.
What?
One year we had the steaks volunteered by a very nice gentleman, and he brought the steaks, but they were so tough.
Oh no!
But they were free, so we made a lot of money that year. But they weren't.
Yeah, but
now we buy the steaks, and they're very good.
And it's a whole meal: baked potato, salad, rolls, dessert.
Okay, you're making me really hungry right now. That sounds.
And
delicious.
kids are free, 12 and under. So.
Oh well, that's a great deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. What's your favorite part of going to the steak fry?
Seeing people, 600 people. You're right, Monica. You don't see them all year. How you
You're
been?
going to see some, if you're from this community at all, you're going to see people you know. And if you're not from this community, you're going to meet somebody new that you like. Yeah, that's great.
And you're supporting a great cause. I mean, you're making opportunities for kids to go to Mount Hood Community College.
How much money do you usually raise in this? Do you know?
Well, our goal is $25,000. So it's a
That's
big thing for our budget.
That's a lot. Okay, now is this from last year's event? Yeah. It's a 50. Oh, there's Superintendent Pereira there, her, and 50-50 raffle.
They're wrapping the potatoes.
Oh yeah.
And there's
Sue Piazza.
There's Sue Piazza.
Yeah.
John and Bunny Harold. And,
So it looks like you have plenty of room too.
Yeah.
So it's not like people don't have to wait in line a really long time to get seated.
Not at all.
No.
Well, there's
there's my coworkers, Curtis and his wife.
Oh yeah.
Little-
And music?
little music.
Is there entertainment? Will there be this year too?
Not this year, but we had the band from Mount Hood came out last year and helped out, so that was nice.
Okay.
They asked me not to sing this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll ask you not to sing as well. I don't know if you want to end up the show singing. I don't care. You can if you want to. It'll be his next career here. So I assume you're going to be there this year.
Oh yeah, I'll be helping out. I'll be helping out with some of the raffle sales and things of that nature. And
After you eat.
Yeah. Eat first.
So is it better to go at 4 o'clock or is it better to go later? When does it get
Well,
really?
if you want to see people,
go
I
early.
would go around. I would go around 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Okay.
You're going to see the most people there.
Yeah. But feel free to come early from 4 to 6. We extended it a little earlier. That used to be, I think, start more at about 5:30.
Yeah.
But to be, because of such a demand crowd, we decided to make it a little earlier, and that might fit into
So
other
it's from
people's
4
schedules.
to
4 to 8.
4 to 8. That's great. Yeah.
And just
I'll be there from 4 to 8.
Yeah. I will
You're
be.
back in line again. What? Oh, that sounds like fun. What else do you have on the horizon for the Rotary Club? Do you know what your next big event is? Do you?
Well, we also in the spring we have a wine tasting event, and that has been at the Boring Brewery and Winery last year, and they were very nice to us.
And that's fairly new, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I haven't been there yet.
Highway 26 on the way to Sandy.
Yeah, I need to check it out. I hear it's really great,
Yes.
and I hear the people that run it are really great. Yeah. So is it going to be there again? You think this year?
Yeah, it's going to be there again this year.
Okay.
And
something to look forward to.
Yeah, and that's we try to raise $12,000 at that event.
Great. Yeah. So do you have room for more people to join your club?
Oh yes.
So what kind of people are you looking for to join the club?
Well, Darren O'Halloran just joined. He's a young man. He's a real estate person, has a family in town. He looks at the community as his community. He wants to give back.
Okay. And so it's people that really want to give back. And they're mostly business people, I think, in the community, aren't they? Or I don't know if they have to be, but...
well, we have a retired minister. We have, it depends.
Yeah, but people that really put service above self.
That's right.
Yes. Did I get that right?
You're right on. Yeah.
Well, that's one of the things I always was raised to believe that, as a member of a community, you need to give back. That's just part of what you do as part of a community. People give to you and you give back. And so I think that's really important. And I see that, every time I do this show is that there are some really great organizations doing some wonderful work, a lot of service work, and the people that are involved are wonderful. That's why I love doing this show. And it's and the partnering of other nonprofits is something that I didn't see so much when I first started doing the show. It was more people are like fighting for the same dollars, but working together, it makes so much more sense.
We're better together.
That's right.
Funders like that, people like that, you're partnering together. We can do things more effectively in services.
So I'm really happy to see that you're doing that together. That makes perfect sense to me. So anything else that we need to know before I let you go tonight?
Well, like you mentioned, we particularly we need some more women.
There you go.
In our club, and we welcome them every Wednesday. We meet at the M&M for.
Okay.
So come down. Let
is it
me
a breakfast
buy. I
or
happen
lunch
to be
or what is it?
The chairman, of membership.
Membership. Okay.
So come on down.
Yeah.
M&M.
At what time? What is it?
At noon.
At noon. So it's a lunch meeting. Okay.
Lunch meeting.
And so can anybody just come and show up to kind of sit in on a meeting and check it out?
Absolutely.
See if
And
they
we have
like-
great
See
meetings.
if they like your type, huh?
They have
Yeah.
great speakers.
Oh, good.
I've been there to a couple of them, yeah.
Good, good, wonderful. Well, thank you. Thank you both of you for everything you're doing in the community, and I'm glad to see you're partnering on this, and I am looking forward to the Gresham Rotary Steak Fry.
All right.
Good. We look forward to seeing you.
Thank
bet.
you. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching Community Hotline tonight. I'm going to go home and eat now because I'm really hungry after hearing about this, but I hope we'll see you at the Steak Fry on September 5th. I'm Monica Weitzel. This is Community Hotline. Good night. Community Hotline is made possible with generous support by Gresham Ford, the dealer with a heart. The Contribute to the Community program provides the opportunity for the Gresham Ford team to make a positive impact, serving their customers and helping people across the community. The Outlook, serving the residents of East Multnomah County for more than 100 years. The region's #1 source for information, The Outlook provides readers with intensely local coverage of the issues and people that impact our lives and community. The Mountain Hood Cable Regulatory Commission, advocating on behalf of the public interest on communications policy issues at the local, state, and federal levels.
And by Stamp Connection and BeFit Gyms. A very special thanks to all the sponsors who help make our programming possible.
My documentary was more than I ever would have dreamed of doing.
This is a community media station.
It was phenomenal.
Ready, camera one.
What is it about this place that makes so many different people come together?
Ready, camera two.
Very professional, experienced people. You can use these industry standard pieces of equipment.
Ready, camera three. Take three.
You don't have to be rich to do this.
Open people's eyes to something they've never even thought of before.
Cool stuff happens. It becomes this community.
That's going to really change who's telling the stories and who's controlling the messaging.